Nail. He kept his eyes nailed on the blackboard. Narrowly. She narrowly escaped from the fire. National. President Bush plans to cut the national deficit by 50% by the year 2009. Nationality. He is of American nationality. Native. The total Native American population of New England probably numbered 80,000 in 1600. Nature. Eastern Europe still has a lot of untouched nature. Naughty. My nephew is quite a naughty child. Navy. Which country has the best navy in the world? Nearby. Alder trees can suppress the growth of nearby trees by depriving them of sunlight. Nearly. 16% of the forest, nearly the size of Texas, was affected by deforestation. Neat. Her bedroom is always neat and tidy. Needle. Lily needled her sister into a quarrel. Negative. Nobody holds a negative opinion on the value of this idea. Neglect. She neglected her husband and they eventually divorced. Negotiate. The USA government refuses to negotiate with terrorists. Neighbor. My house neighbor's a supermarket. Neighboring. We should keep friendly relationships with neighboring countries. Nerve. As soon as the newborn child's nerves are fully formed, the child begins to use them. Nest. The swallows nested under the eaves. Neutral. Switzerland remained neutral in the Second World War. Nightmare. Nightmares can reflect what one is afraid of in life. Nighttime. Some animals like to hunt at nighttime. Nominate. The board nominated Fred as the new director yesterday. Notice. The landlord gave me 5 days' notice and asked me to move out. Nourish. Most plants are nourished by water drawn up through their roots. Nourishment. A young baby can obtain all the nourishment from its mother's milk. Numerous. 20th century scientists are more interested in the snake's numerous characteristics. Nutrition. Our bodies need adequate nutrition. Obedient. My sister is an obedient girl. Obey. Everyone should obey the law. Object. Few Australians objected to this arrangement. Objective. The ultimate objective is the removal of all nuclear weapons in the world. Oblige. Many Chinese parents feel obliged to pay for some of their children's wedding banquet. Obscure. Some books by Luxon are so obscure that the students can't understand them at all. Observation. Ground observations are part of modern cartography. Observe. As many countries have observed, the United Nations is at a crossroads. Obtain. The concept of obtaining fresh water from icebergs is more accepted. Occasionally. Occasionally, she went to see a movie. Occupation. The end to 38 years of Israeli occupation had gone faster than expected. Occupy. He occupied himself with reading novels every day. Occur. Smaller families occurred all through the Western world since the time of the Industrial Revolution. Odd. He's an odd old man who always wears a skirt. Odor. Fluorine, a greenish-yellow gas, has a penetrating and disagreeable odor. Offend. I didn't mean to offend you. Offer. The pullout offered the Israelis a chance to show they're ready for statehood. Official. People showed approval to the official policy. Offspring. Andrew said he was the offspring of a well-known musician. Omelette. Omelette is my favorite food. Once. They put antifungal chemicals on their crops once a week. Ongoing. The negotiations with the company are still ongoing. Operation. Each time he comes across a new machine, he does his best to understand its operation. Opinion. This theory is highly subjective, for it relies on personal opinions, not scientific facts. Opponent. Churchill was admired even by his political opponents. Opportunity. They found a heaven-sent opportunity to achieve their aims. Oppose. The Republican bill passed by lawmakers was opposed by the Bush administration. Opposition. The Conservative Party was in opposition for the first time in years. Optical. Microscopes and telescopes are optical instruments. Optimist. My young uncle is an optimist by nature. Optimistic. The famous writer Helen Keller was always optimistic, even when things were at their worst. Orchard. Every autumn I like to go to my uncle's peach orchard. Order. His order was not obeyed by everyone. Ordinary. Our ordinary workday is 8 hours. Origin. The origin of the universe is still a mystery. Orphan. The girl became an orphan at 2. Outstanding. Several outstanding musicians emerged as leading jazz artists in Chicago. Overcome. These problems can be overcome easily by proper use of pest management tactics. Overlook. Our new house overlooks the West Lake Park. Overnight. The actor became famous overnight with his first film. Overtake. It's dangerous to overtake on a bend. Oxygen. Oxygen is a necessity for all forms of life.